Hey, what's up guys, my name is Cherno and welcome to 2016. Hope you guys had a happy new year, and I hope you enjoyed this new intro that I'm going to be sticking in all of my videos, because this year we're going to get pretty serious. We're going to hopefully make up some more videos and get this channel growing even more. So first of all, this video is going to be the 2016 update video in which I talk about what is actually going to happen this year and my plan for kind of the year, right? So that you guys know what kind of content to expect, and also if you have any questions or concerns and whatnot, you can just drop them in the comments below and I'll reply to them, just so that you guys know what's happening, and maybe you can even give me some ideas as to what you want to see. But basically this is going to be the plan, okay? First of all, Sparky, the Sparky engine. That is going to be the primary focus of this year. I'm going to develop that engine as much as I can. I'm going to be spending way more time working on that engine this year than I did last year. And by the end of the year, it should be a pretty capable 3D engine, okay? I'm going to say probably it's going to have some kind of like level editor by then. It's going to just, yeah, it's going to be pretty good, hopefully, right? So I'm not going to make too many comments on what exactly is coming next for Sparky, because you'll see that in later videos. But the idea is that this year's going to be focused a lot on Sparky, okay? So with that in mind though, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to be putting out weekly Sparky devlogs, okay? So every single week on Monday evening, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, Australian Eastern Standard Time, whatever, basically my time, right? I'm going to be putting out every single Monday evening, unless I go away or something, in which case I will let you guys know. Every single Monday evening, I will be putting out a video which covers exactly what I did over the past week for Sparky. I'll show off any new kind of technology or new things, or maybe new ways that you can use it. And I'll also update you guys as to what's going to happen in the next week. So basically what I plan to do this week before next devlog. Okay, so it's going to be a very organized, kind of structured project. I'm pretty serious about this, so this is going to be it's going to work out really well, and I'll keep you guys up to date with these weekly devlogs. Okay, probably also going to, as the engine kind of starts getting, you know, better and better and actually becomes useful, I'll probably start putting out videos and tutorials how to actually use Sparky to make games, and basically how I kind of intend things to be written in Sparky, okay? And all that stuff. So that'll come as well, because a lot of people were asking me if I could make videos on how to make games with Sparky, but the issue is that it's not up to, like, the API changes so frequently right now because it's very early in development that there really isn't much of a point, in my opinion, in putting out videos like that, because because they will be irrelevant like in the next few months or something. But once the engine kind of stabilizes and once I'm happy with it, I will start putting out videos like that. But there will be weekly devlogs. Okay, that's a promise from me. It will absolutely happen. Also, since Sparky is a game engine, and in my opinion, one of the best ways to make sure that your game engine is working and actually test it out and make sure it's user-friendly and all that stuff, and just basically ensure that it's a quality game engine, is to actually, you know, make a game with it, right? So I'm also going to be, once the engine gets up to the point where it can support a game, I will be kind of starting some kind of game project, okay? It'll be a 3D game. It might be like a first-person shooter or something like that. Not 100% sure yet because I haven't decided, but basically I will be starting quite a large game project which will be using Sparky, right? And the primary purpose for that, of course, is to make a game, because, you know, why not? That's fun. But also to make sure that the engine is actually, you know, a viable game engine to use, right, for games. So once I start making that game, whatever it may be, I will also be doing kind of devlogs and weekly updates and whatnot about that, and showing off all the new technology and all that kind of stuff. So that should be a lot of fun as well. I'm really excited to actually do something like that. I'll also try to live stream these two things, so both development on Sparky and development on this game, whenever I can, right? So if I'm sitting at home and it's like an afternoon and there is really no reason for me not to live stream, I will live stream, okay? So you should be able to expect more live streams. Of course, my live stream page is twitch.tv/thecherno, so you guys can follow me there and of course on Twitter as well, twitter.com/the Cherno, because I usually announce when I go live there. But anyway, those are those kind of two things. Okay, now for the other side of you who are more interested in game programming and Java and that kind of stuff, the serialization series, of course, is still continuing. Expect probably 2 episodes over the next week to come out for that. Once that finishes, I'm going to be integrating that, of course, into game programming, and then we'll be starting multiplayer and whatnot. So game programming is kind of going to die down, okay? I'm not going to work on it as much. It's going to be more of like a hobby kind of project rather than the actual primary purpose of this channel and whatnot. Again, which I am shifting more to Sparky, just because I feel like Sparky is a more viable kind of thing, right? It's something that I don't find too much of. Like how many like quality 3D engine from scratch kind of development stuff is there on YouTube right now? Like not much, right? There are a few, but they kind of stop once they get up to the hard parts. But of course, the hard parts don't really stop me because I actually work in the industry, so I know exactly how everything works. And if I even don't know something because it's like super advanced, I can always find out, right? So I feel that that's obviously another kind of selling point as to why that kind of content might be more useful to you guys, because you can't really find it anywhere else. But anyway, game programming and whatnot. I'm gonna probably try and put out, like, once we get past the serialization stuff, which again will be 1 to 2 videos a week, I'll probably comfortably be able to put out at least 1 video a week for game programming. So that's probably going to happen, right? Unless I take some kind of holiday, of course, and I'm away and whatnot. That might disrupt that content, but otherwise it should be pretty good, okay? The other thing I want to do this year is do more of what I did last year with stuff like Flappy Bird, right? Where I kind of did the entire project, the entire game in one kind of sitting, right? And again, once Sparky gets up to the point where I can use that for that, then I probably will, okay? So, yeah, making games in an entire sitting, or at least maybe even longer term projects, like maybe a game that'll take me a week to make, but then summarizing it into 1 video and kind of showing you guys how I did everything, will again be something that I'm kind of looking forward to doing, because completing projects is always good, and I feel that showing you guys the entire overview as well is good, because this channel has always been about showing you guys how to make something from start to finish, and we kind of have trouble reaching the finish section of that, but hopefully that'll change this year and whatnot. The other stuff that I really want to get into is we have been doing standalone videos in the form of, like, you know, event systems and like the serialization series and whatnot. And by standalone, I just mean not part of a series, right? So I want to do more of that. I want to do tutorials and whatnot on stuff like 3D graphics, because I always get asked a lot about that, and people people seem to find it difficult, which of course it is. But I don't see enough content on that on YouTube that's actually, you know, quality, and that will actually be the proper way of doing things. It's not like a, let's do it this way for now and then we'll change it later, and then that never comes. So like quality 3D graphics tutorials and whatnot, that kind of stuff I really want to get more of out on this channel as well this year. And the thing is, like, graphics programming is hands down my favorite like part of programming. I love everything to do with graphics, because it's just so cool to me how, like, we've basically come up with this series of mathematical equations which simulate, like, essentially how light works in the real world to deliver all of these graphics to us. And not only that, because that's actually not too difficult to do. That's like kind of step 1. But the thing is, since we're in the games industry and since we're working with games, they are real-time applications. So not only do we have to figure out how to do something like that, because it's not too hard. You know, if you've got time to offline render it, you can just ray trace yourself to freaking oblivion. That's fine. But the issue is we're in real-time graphics, so this stuff has to be done under a certain budget, right? It has to be the entire frame has to be rendered in like a few milliseconds essentially. So that obviously introduces the whole performance aspect and optimization and like approximations for all these mathematical kind of equations and whatnot, which just to me is awesome as well. So I really love talking about that stuff. And I think I'll put out more of that if you guys are interested in that, of course. So drop a comment below, basically just letting me know what you think of everything I've described in this video. I think that's pretty much all I've covered. The other thing I wanted to cover as well is that at the end of January, I will be participating in the Global Game Jam I've never done it before, but a friend of mine actually convinced me to do it. So the Global Game Jam, for those of you who don't know, it's basically like a game jam that happens all around the world. It's actually something, it's not something you do online, kind of like Ludum Dare, right? It's actually something that you go to a location to do, right? And there are locations all around the world. You guys can, I'll drop a link in the description as well, but you guys can check what locations exist in your kind of region. And yeah, it's like a weekend kind of thing. It's from January 29 to 31. And you essentially just make a game. It's usually done in a team, so I'll be working in a team as well. Probably like 2 or 3. Like the teams are usually about 3 people, I think. So we'll see what we can do there. But the one that's in Melbourne, which is where I'll be, right? It's actually happening at the university that I went to, right? At Swinburne, and it's also sponsored. The platinum sponsor is EA Fire Monkeys, which is where I work at. So it's like, you know, it's basically a good place to be. And whilst I won't be doing it on behalf of Fire Monkeys or anything, just because I kind of just want to make my own game and whatnot, not that I think we will be, like, Fire Monkeys will be participating in it from what I know, but I won't be on their team or anything. I'm just doing it kind of with a bunch of friends of mine. I will be there and whatnot. So if any of you guys are going to be at the Melbourne one, then you'll definitely see me there. I've already bought tickets and whatnot, but it's a really cool kind of jam because it kind of all happens in a single venue, and people even sleep over at the venue, and it's all fully catered and everything. It should be a lot of fun. I've never done it before, but I'm really looking forward to it, and it should be pretty awesome. And you can see there's a bunch of pretty cool sponsors as well there. But anyway, I'll be doing that, and I'll probably put up some videos regarding that and whatnot, and hopefully I'll make a pretty cool game there with my team. But it should be pretty good. So anyway, that is going to be the basic outline for what's going to happen this year. Of course, everything is subject to change, but if you guys agree with this, if you guys are excited about this, leave a comment below, #hype, let's get this going, and hopefully 2016 is going to be the best year yet. So I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.